Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 is not a good year for a lot of people, and one of them in specific is Logan Paul, as he is now being sued by his own Prime bottling company for $68 million. You guys might know Logan as the guy who took the interesting video in that one forest in Japan, which led to the entire YouTube landscape changing, all of the advertisers pulling out. It was technically the Adpocalypse 1.0 before the PewDiePie bridge incident. He's also involved in a bit of a controversy right now with CoffeeZilla, trying to sue CoffeeZilla over a crypto zoo scam type thing going on, allegedly. He was accused of being transphobic for saying that one of the women in the Olympics boxing match was a man and shouldn't have been able to fight with a woman. That was pretty interesting, a hot take for sure. He said he did a big oopsie on that one, right? And now also he ended up losing his title in WWE, although that is scripted. It is quite funny to see he is having a very bad week, and it only gets worse as Logan Paul has been sued by his bottling company for $68 million. You all know Logan Paul has the Prime sports drink, right? He's being sued for $68 million. That is a lot of money. A lot of money. I don't even know what I would do with that much money, right? Refresco Beverages sued Prime and an affiliate for breach of contract, saying that they repudiated the agreement when surging demand for the brand began to fall off. Prime touts promotional ties to WWE Inc., Kevin Durant, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Judge, Arsenal FC, FC Barcelona, the Los Angeles Lakers, and one major athletes and sports franchises. As Prime realized the slowdown likely was not just seasonal, but stemmed from the fading of the social media buzz that had powered its rapid rise, the company began to waffle and offer phony excuses before trying to back out of its commitment entirely, according to the August 2nd filing in the Delaware's Chancery Court. It's very interesting. I don't know if you guys have seen Prime on the shelves. I used to work in a retail store. I would see Prime. It used to fly off the shelf. Occasionally they do this weird little thing where they have a new flavor. They had like this X flavor. I don't know if it was a collab with the website, the Twitter X, but it was a new flavor, so it was flying off the shelves, and then it just stopped moving. And last time I checked, those same Primes have just been sitting there. Yeah, one or two might go here and there, but it is not even close to what it used to be. Even South Park ended up making an episode about Prime where people were just drinking it. People were drinking it. It was cred, right? Drinking Prime made you cool. It's basically Logan Paul's version of the Feastables, right? If you were drinking Prime, you were one of the cool kids. You were a part of the Low Gang, one of the OG Mavericks, right? Look, yeah, you even had South Park, making fun of it. Cred, obviously. It's the exact same design of the bottle, the same flavors as Prime. And the kids were just going absolutely bananas, trying to get their hands on the newest Cred, aka the newest Prime. And I guess that's what's coming back to bite, him in the butt. Because he's no longer making the same profit. He's no longer selling the same amount of Primes. And Logan is just coming out to be not a very good face of the company, obviously being involved in a lot of lawsuits, being involved in a lot of controversies, not apologizing for the dumb statements that he made, specifically regarding the trans person that he thought was trans is actually a woman who just is intersex, something like that. According to the lawsuit, the preliminary deal between Prime and Refresco called for the bottler to expand significant sums, customizing its production line to meet the brand's specifications. As a result, the agreement allegedly included a minimum volume commitment and a take-or-pay provision requiring Prime to hand over a fixed fee per case in an event of an order shortfall, which means that in this case, Logan would be taking a loss of profit, even if Prime wasn't selling, just as a way for the bottling company to say, we will make this many if you give us this much money. And so I guess what Logan is trying to do, Logan and his team are trying to pull out and say, we don't really want to give you that much money because Prime's not selling too well and the bottling company isn't going to be making it, and thus a $68 million lawsuit. I don't even, how do celebrities just have that much money laying around? You know what I mean? While Refresco sought to ramp up for a test run, the two sides were simultaneously working to hammer out a master services agreement to replace their initial deal, according to the complaint. But Prime repeatedly dragged its feet before moving to pull out the arrangement altogether, the suit says. It seeks to recover the unrecouped costs that Refresco incurred and damages reflecting the profits it would have earned. So yeah, not a very good year for Logan Paul, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, yeah, let's just look at this. Just Google CoffeeZilla Logan Paul. He's cooked. 4 million views in a day. Logan Paul sued me. Kavos, Logan Paul will never recover from this. Logan Paul sued CoffeeZilla and its crap by Legal Eagle. Ludwig, Echoes from Above. All of these creators are diving into the crypto zoo scam, the Logan Paul scam. It's not a good year for Logan as he is now being sued by Refresco for not coming to terms with the Prime bottling. Now, another interesting situation about this Prime lawsuit is Logan Paul is trying to distract from the actual lawsuits, like with Prime, with CoffeeZilla. He's trying to turn this into a storyline with WWE. So he lost his title the other day, I think it was Saturday at SummerSlam. He lost it to LA Knight, who is a wrestler, right? And so he made up this whole fake little lawsuit to LA Knight saying that he broke my Prime truck. He used a metal pipe to destroy the truck's window and damage the door frame and surrounding areas. So I'm guessing if you type in Logan Paul lawsuit, this stupid scripted lawsuit will show up instead of the actual things, right? And he says, here's evidence. And it is LA Knight hitting the Prime truck. It's scripted. It's all fake. That doesn't even look like real glass. Look at that. That's plastic. What are you doing, Logan? You're not even trying. And then LA Knight would just repost it and say, yeah, anyways, with a shirt, his new merch. He's the new champion. Good job, LA Knight. And this also made it to Dexerto. Logan Paul is turning his Prime lawsuits into a WWE storyline. Logan Paul has parodied his ongoing lawsuits involving Prime Hydration with a lawsuit against WWE star Logan or LA Knight. So yeah, just overall really cringy. He's trying to take away from the fact that he's being involved with actual real lawsuits with real people, real situations, harming real individuals, but he's like, well, how can I make this about me? For example, one of the actual lawsuits involving a real person that's not scripted for professional wrestling is a defamation lawsuit to CoffeeZilla. Now, obviously, this is one of those lawsuits where Logan is simply trying to silence CoffeeZilla, put him in a financial hell, make him have to go through a long legal process, and essentially to say, shut up, stop talking about me, stop making videos on me. Because if you're a fan of CoffeeZilla, if you've ever watched CoffeeZilla, his videos are by no means slop. You know, they're by no means pump and dumps like Logan is used to. He is someone who spends hours, probably months, researching and editing and taking time to make sure that a story that is from him to you is almost 100% factual. Plus, of course, there are opinions and whatnot, right? You can see that on June 27th, 2024, Paul had enough and filed a 47-page lawsuit seeking $75,000 in compensatory damages, which for big YouTubers, again, is not that much money, but again, it's a headache to have to deal with and go through the legal process and go to court. And Logan will most likely probably not even be representing himself. When you're as big as Logan Paul, you can just hire some minion to go up on the podium and represent you while you're, you know, on TV fighting, you know, pro wrestling, while you're making commercials with KSI and Speed. That's just kind of what happens when you get to that level of fame. See, however, Findenstein called the influencer turned wrestler the biggest enemy of his own lawsuit. This is due to past videos in which Paul praised the YouTube's investigative journalism and intentions. Defamation requires actual malice and a reckless disregard for the truth. So even Logan, like, doesn't know what side he's on in this situation. Logan is just not okay up here, and that's the big deal. You know, it's not a good year for Logan. He just continues to go down and down and down, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think down below of this entire situation. Personally, never been a fan of Logan. Never been a fan. You know, there are very few people in the world that I always say, like, you know, I don't hate the guy, blah, 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 you know, Speed, KSI, people like that. I don't really hate him. Logan Paul's one of the few people that I can't say, I don't really hate him. I don't know. I'm indifferent. I don't think he's a good person at all. It does suck to turn on Monday Night Raw and see Logan Paul there, a horrible person making millions of dollars a year to, you know, of course, entertain others. Kids enjoy it, kids eat it up, but he's not a good man. Not whatsoever. You know, I'd put him on the same scale right about now as Mr. Beast. But you guys are going to have to let me know what you think down below, as always.